Beets are often praised as one of the most powerful superfoods for people over 60. They're loaded with natural nitrates that can help relax blood vessels and improve circulation, antioxidants that support memory and brain health, and fiber that keeps digestion moving smoothly. Many seniors turn to beets to lower blood pressure, boost stamina, or simply add more color and nutrition to their plate. On the surface, it all sounds like the perfect food. But here's what most people don't realize. The way you eat beets can completely change their impact on your body. Drink too much beet juice and you could overwhelm your kidneys. Cook them the wrong way and you lose the very nutrients you were hoping to gain. Pair them with the wrong foods and their benefits can disappear. And if you're on blood pressure medication, ignoring beet interactions could lead to dangerous drops in pressure that leave you dizzy or weak. Maybe you've made a habit of juicing beets every morning, adding slices to a salad, or even buying beet powders and capsules because they seem more convenient. While these choices seem harmless, some of them may be working against you without you knowing it. That's why in this video, we're going to uncover the 10 most common mistakes seniors make when it comes to beets. We'll talk about hidden risks like kidney stones, digestive discomfort, and medication conflicts. And just as important, I'll show you the safer, smarter ways to prepare and enjoy beets so you can maximize their benefits without worry. So stay with me until the end, because once you understand these 10 mistakes and the simple fixes, you'll know exactly how to make beets a safe, powerful ally for your health after 60. Mistake 1. Overdoing beet juice. Beet juice has become one of the most popular ways for seniors to enjoy beets. It's quick, convenient, and concentrated. You get all the nutrients in a glass without having to peel, boil, or chop. Many people drink a full cup every morning, convinced it's the fastest path to lower blood pressure and higher energy. And yes, in moderation, beet juice can be a powerful health booster. But here's the catch. Drinking too much beet juice is one of the most common and dangerous mistakes older adults make. Why? Because beet juice is highly concentrated. A single cup may contain the equivalent of 2 or 3 whole beets. That means a sudden flood of nitrates, natural sugars, and oxalates all at once. While nitrates can help blood vessels relax, too much may push your blood pressure down faster than your body can handle, especially if you're already on blood pressure medication. This can lead to dizziness, fainting, or even falls, which are especially risky after 60%. Then there's the sugar factor. Beets are naturally sweet, and juicing strips away most of the fiber that normally slows down absorption. That means blood sugar can spike more quickly, which isn't great news if you're managing diabetes or insulin resistance. And let's not forget oxalates, the compounds in beets that, in excess, can contribute to kidney stones. A little beet juice here and there isn't a problem for most people, but making it a daily, oversized habit could increase your risk. So what's the safer way to enjoy it? Think of beet juice like a supplement, not a drink to gulp by the glass. Half a small cup, around 4 ounces, a little more than 100 milliliters, is often enough to deliver benefits without overwhelming your system. And better yet, pair it with whole foods, like adding a splash of beet juice into a smoothie with yogurt, berries, or spinach. That way, you're slowing down the sugar spike and supporting your digestion. The bottom line is this: beet juice can absolutely be part of a healthy routine, but more does not mean better. In fact, with beets, too much too fast may undo the very benefits you're hoping for. Moderation and balance are the keys to turning this concentrated superfood into a safe, daily ally. Mistake 2. Ignoring oxalates. Kidney stone risk. One of the less talked about dangers of eating beets is their oxalate content. Oxalates are natural compounds found in many plants, and in small amounts. They usually don't cause problems. But when oxalates build up in the body, they can bind with calcium and form kidney stones. For seniors, especially those who have a history of kidney problems, this is a risk that should not be ignored. Beets, both raw and cooked, are among the highest sources of oxalates. If you're someone who already struggles with kidney stones, or if your doctor has ever warned you about high oxalates, eating beets every day in large amounts could quietly be making things worse. Many seniors think it's just a vegetable. It must be safe. But the truth is, vegetables like beets and spinach can tip the balance when consumed in excess. Why does this matter more after 60 BC? As we age, kidney function naturally slows down a little. Even if you feel healthy, your kidneys may not filter oxalates as efficiently as before. That means they can build up more easily, especially if you're also not drinking enough water, a very common habit among older adults. The result: sharp, painful kidney stones that could send you to the hospital. But the solution isn't to avoid beets completely. Instead, it's about smart balance. First, hydration is key. Drinking plenty of water helps flush oxalates out before they have a chance to crystallize. Second, don't pair beets with other high oxalate foods like spinach, rhubarb, or nuts in the same meal. Spread them out so your body isn't overloaded at once. Third, cooking methods matter. Boiling beets in water and then discarding the liquid can reduce oxalate levels significantly compared to eating them raw. And if you already know you're at higher risk for kidney stones, consider talking to your doctor about whether beets should be limited in your diet. Some people may do better with smaller portions, or by balancing beets with calcium-rich foods like yogurt or cheese, which can bind oxalates in the gut and prevent them from reaching the kidneys. The key takeaway is this: beets can be healthy, but pretending oxalates don't matter is a mistake. With a few smart adjustments, hydration, portion control, and cooking, you can enjoy the benefits of beets without inviting painful kidney stones into your life. Mistake 3. Eating beets with too much sugar or syrup. Beets already have a natural sweetness. That's one of the reasons people enjoy them in salads, soups, and juices. But here's the problem. Many recipes and store-bought beet products add even more sugar on top of what nature already provides. Pickled beets often come packed in heavy syrup. Canned beets can be sweetened for taste, and even some beet juices on the market are blended with apple juice or added sugar to make them more appealing. For seniors trying to eat healthy, this creates a hidden trap. When we add sugar to beets, we're doubling down on their natural sweetness. Instead of being a nutrient-rich food that supports heart and brain health, suddenly you're eating something that spikes blood sugar just like candy. For people over 60, especially those living with prediabetes or type 2 diabetes, this is a serious mistake. A simple side dish can send glucose levels soaring, leading to energy crashes, increased inflammation, and long-term complications. Another issue is that added sugar takes away from the very benefit that makes beets special: their ability to support blood vessel health. High sugar intake stiffens blood vessels over time, increasing the risk of high blood pressure and heart disease. It's like taking one step forward with beets and 2 steps back with sugar. So how can you enjoy beets without turning them into a sugar bomb? First, if you buy canned or pickled beets, always check the label. Look for versions packed in water, vinegar, or their own juice, not syrup. If you make them at home, skip the sugar and experiment with herbs, spices, or a splash of lemon juice to brighten their flavor. Beets are naturally sweet enough. They don't need extra help. Second, pair beets with foods that balance blood sugar, adding them to a salad with leafy greens, avocado, or nuts. Helps slow sugar absorption thanks to fiber and healthy fats. Even better, roasting beets brings out their natural sweetness without the need for added sugar. The caramelized flavor feels indulgent, yet it's completely natural. The bottom line is simple. Beets are a superfood, but when drowned in syrup or sprinkled with sugar, they stop being a health booster and start acting more like a dessert. Respect their natural sweetness. Skip the extras, and your body, especially your heart and blood sugar, will thank you. Mistake 4. Cooking beets the wrong way, losing nutrients. Beets are packed with vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants, but how you cook them can make the difference between a superfood and just another root vegetable. Many seniors unknowingly destroy the very nutrients they're trying to get by using the wrong cooking methods. Here's the science. Beets are rich in vitamin C, folate, and betalains, the deep red pigments that fight inflammation and support circulation. But these nutrients are delicate. Long boiling, microwaving, or overcooking can strip away much of their power. For example, betalains are water-soluble, which means if you boil beets for too long and then throw out the cooking water, you're literally pouring many of the antioxidants down the drain. This mistake is common because people want beets to be soft and easy to chew, especially as dental health changes with age. But mushy beets often mean empty beets low in nutrients and high only in fiber and leftover sugar. The good news is that with a few adjustments, you can keep the nutrients intact while still making beets delicious and easy to eat. The best way: try roasting or steaming. Roasting beets in the oven at a moderate temperature not only preserves more vitamins, but also brings out their natural sweetness without adding sugar. Steaming is another excellent choice. It softens beets while locking in water-soluble nutrients. If you do prefer boiling, keep the cooking time short and consider using the beet water in soups or broths so you don't waste all that nutrition. Another trick is to cook beets with their skins on. The skin acts as a natural barrier, helping to preserve nutrients during cooking. You can peel them easily after cooking, when the skin slips right off. And remember, smaller cuts of beet cook faster, but lose more nutrients into the water, so it's better to cook them whole and slice afterward. Finally, balance raw and cooked beets in your diet. Raw beets, when grated into salads or blended into smoothies, retain the most vitamin C and antioxidants. Cooked beets still provide fiber and minerals, but mixing both forms ensures you're getting the full spectrum of benefits. The bottom line is clear: don't let poor cooking habits rob you of beet power. Treat them gently, cook them wisely, and you'll preserve the color, flavor, and health benefits that make this root truly worth eating. Mistake 5. Not watching blood pressure. Meds interactions. Beets are famous for their ability to help lower blood pressure naturally. Thanks to their nitrates, they relax and widen blood vessels, making it easier for blood to flow. For many seniors, that's a great benefit, especially since high blood pressure is one of the most common health issues after 60. But here's the danger most people don't consider. If you're already taking blood pressure medication, adding lots of beets on top can push your pressure too low. This mistake happens because both beets and blood pressure medications, such as ACE inhibitors, beta blockers, or diuretics, work toward the same goal: reducing pressure. On their own, either one can be safe. Together, they can sometimes overshoot. The result: dizziness when standing up, feeling lightheaded, fatigue, or even fainting. And for older adults, a simple fainting spell can mean a dangerous fall. Another overlooked issue is that beet juice and supplements deliver a concentrated dose of nitrates quickly, unlike whole cooked beets, which release more slowly. That sudden rush can amplify the effect of medications in an unpredictable way. And if you're also dehydrated, which many seniors are, it can make the blood pressure drop even more dramatic. So what should you do? First, never think of beets as a replacement for medication without medical guidance. If your doctor prescribed medication, it's because your body needs consistent support. Beets can complement treatment, but they shouldn't replace it. Second, monitor your blood pressure regularly at home if you eat beets often. If you notice frequent readings on the lower side, say below 160, bring that information to your doctor. They may want to adjust your dosage or advise you on how much beet is safe for you. A practical tip: eat beets in moderate portions and avoid drinking large amounts of beet juice on days when you've just taken your medication. Spread your intake out rather than concentrating it all at once. And if you're considering beet supplements, check with your healthcare provider first, since they can be far more potent than the vegetable itself. The key takeaway is this: beets can be a natural ally for heart health, but when combined with medication, they need to be handled carefully. Ignoring the interaction could turn a helpful food into a hidden risk. By being aware and communicating with your doctor, you can enjoy the benefits of beets safely, without unwanted surprises. We've already covered several hidden mistakes with beets, and as you can see, what looks like a simple vegetable can have a surprisingly big impact on your health after 60 months. And we've only just begun. There are still more beet pitfalls you'll want to know about before your next meal. But before we move on, I'd love to hear from you. Have you ever tried beet juice, roasted beets, or even beet supplements? Did you feel a difference in your energy, blood pressure, or digestion? Share your experience in the comments below. Your stories not only help others but also guide us in choosing the most useful topics for our community. And if this video has been helpful so far, please take a second to tap the like button. It really supports our channel and helps more people over 60 discover these simple, science-backed health tips. Finally, if you're new here, welcome to Senior Wellness. We break down health and nutrition in clear, practical ways so you can stay strong, active, and independent. Subscribe now so you won't miss the rest of this series, including more everyday foods that can either help or hurt your health after 60. Alright, let's get back to it. Because the next beet mistake is one that often goes unnoticed, yet can cause surprising discomfort in your daily life. Mistake 6. Forgetting about fiber. Gut discomfort. Beets are famous for their vibrant color and natural sweetness, but one of their most powerful features is often overlooked. Fiber. A single cup of beets contains about 4 grams of fiber, which is a big help for digestion, cholesterol control, and steady blood sugar. For seniors, fiber is especially important. It helps prevent constipation, supports a healthy gut microbiome, and keeps you feeling full without excess calories. But here's the mistake many people make: forgetting about that fiber and eating beets in ways that either strip it away or overload the system all at once. When you drink beet juice, you lose most of the fiber that naturally slows sugar absorption. That means glucose spikes faster, which isn't ideal for anyone managing diabetes or prediabetes. On the other hand, eating a large portion of beets in one sitting, especially if your body isn't used to high-fiber foods, can lead to gout, bloating, or stomach cramps. Many seniors mistake this discomfort for beets not agreeing with them, when really it's just the body adjusting to the sudden load of fiber. Another issue is that some people peel beets too thoroughly, discarding the skin and outer layers where a good portion of fiber and nutrients are found. While the skin might look rough, once cooked it becomes tender and contributes to overall digestive health. Removing it unnecessarily means you're missing out on one of beet's best benefits. So what's the smart way to handle beet fiber? First, pace yourself. If you're not used to fiber-rich foods, start with small portions and gradually increase. Second, mix beets with other foods, combine them with grains, leafy greens, or legumes, so your digestive system processes the fiber more smoothly. Third, don't fear the skin. Wash your beets well, cook them with the skin on, and peel them only if you really prefer the texture. Finally, remember that hydration and fiber go hand in hand. Fiber absorbs water, and without enough fluids, it can actually slow digestion and cause constipation instead of relieving it. A simple glass of water alongside your meal can make a huge difference. The takeaway is clear: beets can be a fiber powerhouse, but only if you respect how your body handles them. Forgetting about fiber, whether by removing it, ignoring it, or overloading on it, is a mistake that can turn a healthy beet into an uncomfortable experience. Balance, gradual intake, and plenty of water are the keys to making beet fiber your digestive ally, not your enemy. Mistake 7. Relying only on beet supplements, not whole food. In today's health market, beet supplements are everywhere. Capsules, powders, and concentrated shots that promise quick energy, lower blood pressure, or better exercise performance. They sound tempting, especially for seniors who may not want to cook or chew through whole beets. But relying only on beet supplements while ignoring the whole food is a mistake that can rob you of the very benefits that make beets powerful. The truth is, while beet powders and capsules can deliver concentrated nitrates, they often leave out fiber, vitamin C, and many antioxidants that exist in the whole vegetable. Supplements are designed to isolate 1 or 2 compounds, not the full package. That means you may be getting the boost but missing the long-term health support, like better digestion, cholesterol balance, and steady blood sugar that only comes from whole beets. Another issue is regulation. Supplements are not as tightly monitored as fresh food. Some beet powders may vary widely in strength, quality, or even contain additives you don't need. For seniors, who may already be taking multiple medications, that inconsistency can be risky. You could end up with doses much higher than expected, leading to low blood pressure or digestive upset. So what's the best approach? Think of beet supplements as a backup, not a replacement. If you're traveling, have trouble chewing, or want a convenient option, a small amount of beet powder in a smoothie can be helpful. But whenever possible, prioritize real, whole beets roasted, steamed, or shredded raw. This way, you get the full spectrum of nutrients, plus the natural balance that prevents overloading your system. A practical tip: aim to keep supplements to occasional use, and always check with your doctor before starting them, especially if you take medication for blood pressure or blood sugar. Remember, supplements are concentrated. What looks like a harmless scoop of powder might equal several beets at once. The takeaway is this: supplements can complement, but not replace, real food. Whole beets provide a harmony of nutrients that no pill or powder can fully match. Use them as a convenient tool when needed, but let the real beet on your plate do most of the work for your health. Mistake 8. Storing or preparing beets unsafely. Beets may look hearty on the outside, but like any fresh vegetable, the way you store and prepare them matters a lot for safety. Many seniors make the mistake of keeping beets on the counter for too long, cutting them in advance, or not handling them properly. Habits that can reduce freshness, lower nutrient quality, and even invite harmful bacteria. Raw beets can last a couple of weeks if stored correctly, but left out in warm air, they quickly lose firmness and flavor. Worse, they can grow mold or bacteria that you might not notice until it's too late. For cooked beets, the window is even shorter. Storing them in the fridge for more than 3 to 4 days without proper sealing can encourage spoilage. Some people try to stretch them for a week or longer, but that increases the risk of foodborne illness, something that can hit harder in older adults. Preparation is another area where mistakes happen. Washing beets too early, before storage, can make them spoil faster because moisture encourages bacterial growth. On the flip side, not washing them well enough before cooking can leave behind dirt or pesticides. Another common error is leaving chopped or grated beets uncovered in the fridge. Once cut, beets oxidize quickly, losing both nutrients and freshness. So what's the safe approach? Store raw beets in the refrigerator, unwashed, inside a breathable bag that keeps moisture low but allows air circulation. Wash them only right before cooking or eating. Once cooked, cool them quickly and place them in a sealed container in the fridge. And if you've made beet juice or grated raw beets for a salad, consume them within a day. Freshness drops sharply after that. A practical tip for longer storage is freezing. Cooked beets freeze well if peeled and sliced before freezing. That way, you always have a safe, ready-to-use option without worrying about spoilage. The key takeaway is this: beets are only as healthy as the way you store and prepare them. Unsafe handling can undo all their benefits and even create new health risks. With just a few simple habits: cool storage, timely use, and proper cleaning, you can keep your beets both safe and nutritious. Mistake 9. Ignoring allergies or digestive sensitivity. For most people, beets are a safe and nutritious food. But one mistake that often goes unnoticed is ignoring the possibility of allergies or digestive sensitivities. While uncommon, beet allergies do exist, and for seniors with weaker immune or digestive systems, even mild reactions can become more noticeable with age. Some people experience bituria, a harmless but surprising condition, where urine or stool turns red or pink after eating beets. While this isn't dangerous, it can alarm seniors who mistake it for blood. On the other hand, real allergies are less common but possible, leading to itching, rashes, hives, or swelling around the mouth. In rare cases, severe reactions like difficulty breathing may occur, which require immediate medical attention. More often, the issue is digestive sensitivity. Beets are rich in FODMAPs, a type of carbohydrate that can ferment in the gut. For people with irritable bowel syndrome, IBS, or sensitive digestion, too many beets may cause bloating, cramping, or diarrhea. Seniors often dismiss this discomfort as just aging, without realizing that beets themselves may be the trigger. Another overlooked factor is portion size. Eating a small serving of beets might be perfectly fine, but doubling or tripling the amount in one meal could overwhelm the digestive system. For those already dealing with acid reflux, diverticulosis, or IBS, this can turn a healthy dish into a source of discomfort. So how do you handle it? First, pay attention to your body. If you notice unusual reactions, whether skin-related or digestive tract when they happen and how much beet you ate. Second, try smaller portions. Instead of a large bowl of beets, mix a few slices into a salad or blend a small amount into a smoothie. Third, balance beets with other foods that are easier to digest, like cooked carrots, zucchini, or rice, to reduce the load on your gut. And most importantly, don't ignore unusual or severe reactions. If you notice persistent discomfort, blood-like discoloration that doesn't go away, or any allergic symptoms, speak to your healthcare provider. Identifying a sensitivity early can save you from ongoing problems and help you adjust your diet in a safe way. The key takeaway is this: beets are powerful, but not for everyone in unlimited amounts. Respect your body's signals, eat mindfully, and you'll avoid the mistake of pushing through discomfort or ignoring warning signs. Mistake 10. Thinking beets alone fix all health problems. One of the biggest mistakes people make with so-called superfoods is expecting them to work like magic pills. Beets are no exception. Some seniors believe that eating beets every day will cure high blood pressure, prevent heart disease, or even erase decades of unhealthy habits. While beets are powerful, the truth is, no single food can fix everything on its own. Beets support your body in important ways. Their nitrates improve circulation, their antioxidants protect your cells, and their fiber supports digestion. But those benefits are part of a much bigger picture. If your diet is high in processed foods, if you rarely move your body, or if you skip medical checkups, beets won't cancel out those risks. In fact, relying too heavily on one food can lead to disappointment when the results don't match the hype. Another problem with this mindset is neglecting variety. Your body needs a wide range of vitamins, minerals, and plant compounds that no single vegetable can provide. If you eat beets every day but ignore leafy greens, beans, whole grains, or fruits, you're missing out on the synergy that comes from a balanced diet. Health isn't built on one star player, it's built on a team. There's also the risk of overconsumption, as we've already discussed. Too many beets can mean kidney stone risks, blood pressure drops, or digestive discomfort. Believing that more is better may cause more harm than good. So how should you think about beets? See them as a valuable ally, not a miracle cure. Use them as part of a colorful plate filled with other nutrient-rich foods. Pair them with exercise, adequate sleep, stress management, and regular medical care. That's where beets truly shine, when they're part of a broader, healthy lifestyle. The bottom line is simple. Beets are a wonderful tool, but they're not the whole toolbox. Avoid the mistake of putting all your trust in one food. Instead, enjoy beets as one piece of the puzzle that, when combined with other smart choices, helps you stay vibrant and healthy after 60 feasts. We've covered the 10 most common mistakes with beets, and now it's time to put everything together into a simple, practical action plan. The goal is not to avoid beets, but to enjoy them in a way that's safe, balanced, and effective for your health after 60. First, watch your portions. Beets are best in moderation. A few slices in a salad. Half a cup of cooked beets, or a small glass of diluted beet juice, is usually enough to give you the benefits without the risks of overdoing it. Second, choose whole beets over processed forms. Whenever possible, go for fresh, roasted, or steamed beets instead of beet powders or canned beets in syrup. Whole beets give you fiber, antioxidants, and vitamins that supplements or sweetened products can't match. Third, cook them wisely. Preserve nutrients by steaming, roasting, or lightly boiling with the skin on. If you boil, save the cooking water and use it in soups or smoothies to keep those antioxidants. Fourth, balance your meals. Combine beets with foods rich in calcium, healthy fats, and protein to reduce sugar spikes and support nutrient absorption. A beet salad with goat cheese, olive oil, and leafy greens, for example, is far more balanced than a glass of beet juice on its own. Fifth, stay hydrated. Water helps your body process fiber and flush out oxalates, lowering the risk of kidney stones. And finally, Listen to your body. If you notice discomfort, unusual reactions, or changes in your blood pressure, adjust your intake and talk to your doctor. Beets are powerful, but your body always gives you clues about what works best. By following these simple steps, moderation, whole foods, smart cooking, balance, hydration, and awareness, you can make beets a safe and reliable ally for your health well into your 60s and beyond. We've taken a full journey through the 10 biggest mistakes people make with beets, and the solutions that keep this colorful root working for you, not against you. From overdoing beet juice, ignoring oxalates, or cooking away nutrients, to adding too much sugar, forgetting fiber, or expecting beets to be a miracle cure, we've seen how small habits can make a huge difference. The big takeaway is simple. Beets are powerful, but they work best when used with balance, awareness, and variety. Think of them as part of your team for healthy aging, not the whole solution. When you prepare them wisely, pair them with the right foods, and respect your body's signals, you can unlock all their benefits: better circulation, improved energy, and steady digestion without the risks. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Have you been making any of these mistakes without realizing it? Which of the tips today will you start using the next time you add beets to your meal? Share your thoughts in the comments. I read them all, and they help shape our future videos. And if you found this guide useful, please give the video a like. And don't forget to subscribe to Senior Wellness for more clear, practical health advice made for life after 60. Together, we can build a routine that helps you stay strong, active, and independent for years to come.